He's going to, as we've said earlier, be joined by the Minister and the Deputy Minister of Sport and Recreation here in the country, and that'll be a little bit later on. But let's find out who her next guest is now. Valen, good morning to you again.
Good morning once again. Thank you very much, Leanne. Now, this National School Championships is a partnership between the South African Sport and Recreation body, whose vision it is to create an active and a winning nation, as well as a partnership with basic education. And together they make sure that children are playing, are participating year-round, and it culminates in the National School Championships. Now, the man from the Department of Sport and Recreation that ensures that all the cogs work in the system is the DG, Alec Moemi. DG, thank you very much and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Valen. Good morning to the viewers of Morning Live.
Explain to us how this year's championships have gone. They all got underway five days ago. This morning you're going to be interacting with a couple of the medal winners. So it seems to have been a success so far in its third year. Tell us how they've gone.
Well, the championships have gone quite very well. As you know, this year we had in excess of 10,300 athletes, and all in all with supporting staff and coaches and referees, timekeepers and so on, about 13,000 people. So it has been a huge championship by any standards. It's even greater than the London Olympics. And as you know, the stars have been shining on the fields. We have now in cross-country, in the underage category, a new South African record. As you can see, the talent is in abundance and is promising, and it's our responsibility to unearth this talent so that we can nurture it and build it for the future. And we are looking to 20 years from now, when the taste of the pudding of our investment into these young athletes comes to the fore, when they are ripe for national selection into the national teams.
How do you guys work around the fact that certain sports are in certain seasons? So, you know, there's generally those sports that you participate in term one, and there's those sports that are considered winter sports that you compete in term two. But now all of these sports are being participated in at the end of the year. How do you guys work around that? Well,
you know, it has been an exciting mixture. We have had to allow some of the elite athletes to participate in various of the individual coast tournament. For instance, we had an athletics national championships in April. Already many of the champions in that part of the year had already competed and had their medals, and they were done. But as is the same with Olympics, as you know, all codes come, and although some are winter and some are strongly summer codes, but they all align their calendars to ensure that the Olympics happen once every 4 years. In our country, we have had to make some concessions to some of the codes to allow certain age categories to finish much earlier. But in the main, all roads lead to December, and our alignment of the calendar ensures that. And we also have a good climate in South Africa that allows for this. For instance, sports like netball generally are known to be played outdoors. But if you look, when it's too hot, the girls have blisters and all of that. But you can also play it indoor. So, and even basketball and volleyball, we have had to play them indoors to accommodate for the heat and every other thing on the children. And as you know, we also give them a lot of supplements. And as you know, there's 135,000 bottles of water already consumed at this championship. So you can see the alignment that it is correct in terms of what our thinking is.
It's very exciting, and also the fact that I mentioned right at the top of the show was that you guys also included 4 Indigenous games. So these national championships, we've seen children with disabilities coming to participate. We've seen those that are involved in Indigenous sport codes. How did you guys actually select the different sports that would be competed in?
Well, it has not been an easy choice. We have 84 recognized sport codes and 9 codified Indigenous games codes. But we have had to choose only 16. This far, we are playing 14 of the 16. We are still to scale up. We are to include softball next year, and by 2017 add boxing as well. So with Indigenous Games codes, we have had to select the first 4, Khokho, Khati, Yakske and Morabaraba. And we will add 3 stockies next year and all others. By 2017, we'll be at peak with all 9 codes being played in this tournament. But of importance is that we wanted to take the codes where we are strongest in terms of footprint. So you are Big 5, rugby, football, netball, athletics and cricket. And we have also had to look at codes that will aid in the transformation process, such as swimming and hockey, and codes that are not traditionally played in historically disadvantaged schools to bring them to the fore. But importantly, we also wanted codes that could accommodate disability in their modified version, such as basketball, which allows for wheelchair basketball. And we have also taken all other codes like football that will also allow for both girls and boys to aid in gender participation. And as you may know, 26% of the children at this year's championship are children with disabilities and with special learning needs. So we have done everything to mainstream, and not to say we should have a small tournament for children with disabilities on the side, but and we have also had a strong participation by girls. In effect, 56% of all participants are girls, so which shows the heavy emphasis. And even in sports like cricket, we have actually introduced girls cricket first, and we are still to introduce boys cricket in 2017.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. That's the DG of Sport and Recreation, Alec Moemi, just telling us about the sheer size of these national school championships now in its 3rd year. And it just seems to be growing from strength to strength, and especially for some of the participants that I've interacted with. They've said that it's such a joy to be able to participate in a league throughout the year, become your provincial champion, and then come and represent your province against the other provincial champions from around South Africa. We'll have more from the South African School Sport Championships a little bit later on. Stay with Morning Live.